Missing 28 point, got that farm. A jiggy nigga like me roll for 65, just like the Autobahn. Roll to the function house of ambiance. The melody is like a golden tablecloth, she tap her fingers on. I'm starving Marvin like it's Ramadan. These hazel eyes you gaze upon, but no one's searching for an audience. Curiosity's a kitten in your bankroll. As the sunlight kisses angles, as they change clothes. Pray for a boundless night, dancing to the harvest moon. As your heartbeat to the tempo of this fade tune. God with a denim jacket winks at me from Neptune. I never tell her that she's crazy cause that's certain doom. Searching for serotonin, unlimited always potent. American Negro passion, always wishing and hoping. There's magic in the air, my nigga hocus pocus. Throw my ashes out the beaches at that white lotus. Light skin nigga. I swear to God, I'm so excited to interview Oreo tonight, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to contain my smile. Bring the bass in for your black dad. Karaoke black flag. 25 USD in a 6-pack. Put their plate up on their knees, it must have kicked back. Shorty yelling at you like that dude from Whiplash. Alright, y'all, let's get into it. I was a couple minutes late. Y'all know I'll be on CP time. Sorry, friend, I gotta turn you down a bit. Okay, so y'all, this is a special Top View Tuesday. Like, I'm so excited to have my guests on tonight. First and foremost, I always allow a little bit of time for people to come in here, but I want to say my announcements first. So, first and foremost, thank you guys so much for showing up to our 10th Midwest Industry Night. I had so much fun that night. It was so much love in the building. We also had our friends from the streets speaking a little bit. Speaking of streets, I'm about to have one of the top in this interview tonight. So I'm about to have the Oreo Jones in here. So I'm really excited just for y'all to get to know his story, break it down. I want y'all to get to know more about streets, though. If y'all are not familiar, Oreo Jones runs streets. Hey, y'all. And I want to just put y'all on to some good music, honestly. I feel like a lot of people hear Oreo Jones and know him as, like, the dude who's running around, the dude who is behind making all these events, and, like, you know, the man with the plan, you feel me? So I just wanted to put y'all on because this man can rap his ass off, I'm not gonna lie. I'm excited to put y'all on. Let me see. Without further ado, I'm about to get my friend Oreo in here. Give me 1 second.
What up?
My friend, all the flowers, straight off the bat. Ah! Let's get into it, friend. What's up, Fox? Oh my God, I'm so excited to do this interview. Like, I've been wanting to do this for months.
It's
Months. But, you know, it's perfect timing. Right time. How you feeling today, friend?
I'm doing well, yeah.
What's the vibes?
A million things, but yeah, excited to kind of decompress and just chill right now. Yeah.
I was trying to do my intro, but I didn't want to like tell them too much because I wanted to get into it on the interview.
Yeah.
So for those that we're just gonna get right into it, by the way. For those that don't know, let them know who you are and where you're from.
Yeah, I'm Oreo Jones. I'm originally from a little small town called Warsaw, Indiana. Moved to Naptown in the early 2000s, when I kind of really started to find my love for hip hop. Yeah, I kind of grew up, I was fortunate to grow up in a small DIY community. So I started making punk and hardcore music when I was in high school. And that kind of was ingrained into my DNA at an early age. So I've always been a part of my life, but I really fell in love with hip hop when I got to college and started really writing music. And
Where'd you go to school again?
I went to IUPUI. I think it's IU Indianapolis now. Yeah, RIP Piglet Boy. Yeah, Piglet. PY. That's where my alma mater was, and my senior year in college was when I dropped my first project online, and it's kind of been history ever since. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was telling my people, a lot of my people watch my show after the fact, so I'm just getting into it. I was about to get into the first time that I saw you perform because I always hear the name Oreo Jones. Obviously, I worked with you guys last year, but like Oreo Jones is like a iconic name in the city. I feel like you worked your way up to that. I'm so proud of you for that. But OJ, that's like the new nickname that I've been hearing
Yeah.
nowadays.
People been calling me so many different names over the years.
I know,
Yeah.
dude. I just want to recall the first time that I saw you perform live. Actually, the first time that I saw Oreo perform was this April at Hi-Fi
Okay.
when
Yeah.
Hi-Fi opened up for the first time. Bless opened up the show. That was so fire. Like just hearing you like rap, but bro, you can sing. You be hitting them high notes.
Yes,
You
sir.
be hitting them notes, dude. Like that was fire. So I know that was definitely not your first show. Like, what was the first? Do you remember your first show? Because
Yeah.
obviously it was Bless, and Sirius was telling us about the first show that y'all had.
Yeah.
Like, y'all
Um,
was at like a house, and it was
yeah. Are you?
crazy.
Yeah. You talking about my very, very first show ever as
Yes.
like, uh, I was in the Battle of the Bands in my senior year of high school. And I was in a punk band called Screaming Hemorrhoids. And we were just a thrash punk band. Uh, but yeah, we made like demos on like an 8-track recorder, like all analog, and we submitted that into like the speech teacher who like headed the Battle of the Bands or whatever, and we actually won. We won. It was probably like us and like
Yeah.
six. Yeah, we killed it. It was dope because I remember we got a check from the high school for like $500. Like fire. So that was like the first time like I touched the stage. Yeah, I was like 17. But like my first like rap shit I feel like was just at house parties. Like I didn't even have like a tape. I just freestyle. I'd go to like IU and Butler and Purdue, and I'd like go to like house parties and like get on the mic and freestyle. And I was like, man, I want to play shows. So that really started like writing shit. I interned at this radio station in Phoenix, Arizona, and I like lived in the desert for by myself for like 6 months. I didn't know anyone, and
No.
that's I feel like when Oreo Jones really kind of came to fruition. I was working with this producer, 90 Pounds, who I grew up with, Trent Elkins, and he would just send me beats, and I would just write and write and write and write. And that was when I was like, man, I want to finish college, one, but two, I really want to play some shows. I want to play some of my original shit. So that was kind of like the catalyst of me coming back and then trying to find someone that like fucked with me. It was hard. It
Yeah.
was really hard, really hard. Yeah.
My friend Elu in here. What's up? I just want to know, like, how did music find you? Like, when did you even think like, hey, I can do this for real? Or like, hey, let me just put pen to paper real quick.
Yeah, for sure. So I feel like it kind of stemmed from like in high school I'd write, but as far as like hip hop, I really fell in love with it my freshman year of college, and I just like there were on Xbox there was this game called MTV Music Generator, and you could like put CDs and burn them on your Xbox, and I could like make beats. So I'd make beats and write and I really became like I didn't know anyone here in Indianapolis. I was literally
Mm.
by myself. Like all my homies that I grew up with were in like colleges across the country or like around like back up my hometown. So I was really kind of lonely. So I had a lot of time on my hands to like read and write and um yeah, I feel like I would just like write and write and as I was getting my like live show together and stuff. When fast forward to like my the end of my graduated college, and Ben Jackson, Action Jackson, was throwing these parties at the Casbah on Wednesdays called OMG, and that was like blog era. So like the blog era was like cracking and like um yeah, I had my EP release party and it was like cracking. Like it was so crazy and like Nouveau, that publication was like live and they had like there was just like it was just like a different time. I feel like there was like a
Yeah.
new art changing. And yeah, I was like, yo, I really could do this. I was gonna go to grad school in Chicago, but I dropped my first project that summer and I was like, man, fuck it, let's see where this goes. And yeah,
Fire.
uh,
That's fire. For those that don't know, can you let us know where the name Oreo Jones
yeah,
comes from?
for sure. So like, I feel like the style is just like when I first started writing music was like about pop culture and like I had a lot of references and I feel like I grew up as a kid just like watching cartoons and like being in front of just soaking up American TV culture. Dorothy Dandridge, who like the famous actress from like the 60s, like the Black Marilyn Monroe, had this movie called Carmen Jones. So that was where like, Jones came from, and like yeah, it's just kind of like a different flavor of shit all mixed together. Yeah.
When you first got your start and you were just making music, like officially, I'm about to do this for real.
Yeah.
Like, how did you network or market yourself? How did you get your name in the door?
Yeah, so I feel like it was a different time. Like I mentioned, this is like 2010s where we're gonna go back to, and I feel like blogs were a lot more powerful and more authentic, I think, back then. I also, I'm like early 20s. I'm like 22, 21 at the
Mhm.
time. And I'm just like, it's me against the world. Like, I feel like I'm the shit. Like, I dropped my first project and I had I guess I had no like recollection of brands or marketing or any of that. I had a manager, and I haven't really told much of people about this, but like when I first started dropping music, I had a really big like a major indie label that was hitting me up. I worked at a radio station too, and the program director was like like mentioning major labels like hitting him up and asking about me. So there was this thing called Hype Machine where you could upload your singles or whatever and shout out the Hype Machine, and people could like upvote it or whatever. So a lot of like I feel like that was like way more powerful back then. And like you didn't have to pay to get them. There wasn't like a paywall, and like I feel
Yeah,
like
pay to play.
yeah, well, I feel like the internet was like, and especially with music, was still kind of like an uncharted territory. Like it was. You actually had like real journalists and like real people you could like just reach out to, and people would like click your email or and click and actually listen to. Um, there wasn't any really special interest like it is now. And I feel like, with the pitchforks and Rolling Stone and all these like major publications, that people are trying to, aspire to, I feel like it's just a different ball game now. Yeah, that
Hmm.
question. I feel like I was kind of all over the
No,
place with that.
you're all good, friend. I just love how much you represent Nap. And
Hmm.
like India's
Yeah.
home. That's my home. For those of y'all that don't know, if y'all don't know already, I'm from the west side of Indianapolis, like born and raised here. What do you love about our city? Because it's our city, you never
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. So to piggyback a little bit, so my pops and his side of the family is born and raised here. They've been here. My pops went to North Central. My granny went to Addicts.
I'm
So
Pike Township.
yeah, and so it's always been a part of my life. Like I'd come and visit here as a kid and link with my cousins, and they went to Pike. My cousins went to Pike. My
Yeah, what's that?
cousin Julian went to Northwest. So I feel like I've always Naptown's always been a part of my story.
Yeah.
But I feel like it really started developing when I came here and I actually moved here. I feel like that was like kind of one of the main motivations of going to school here, but also just like getting to know my pops more and my family more. at first, you know, when I moved here, I'm not gonna lie, like I did fuck with it at all.
Mm,
Like 17 when I first moved here, came from a small town. I feel like back then there wasn't a lot of stuff for underage, you know what I mean?
mm.
Like I felt like it was like a city where like it had to be like everyone was going to bars and clubs. It was just a foreign country to me. But I really, you know, as I began to just like really get to know it and really immerse myself into the scene, and especially towards the end of my college career, I felt like I was just like infatuated with just getting to know who was doing what, and you know, I'd go to shows, I'd cover the shows just to kick it. I try and interview, you know, artists and just get to know, you know, what's popping, and yeah, kind of just came a slow love story. Yeah,
No, that's fire, dude. Like you moved here, you went to college, and like you just networking. You doing music on the side, but like I love how much love you show this city.
yeah,
And obviously, you know what? I'm just gonna get to what everybody's here for. Shreese. Shreese is this weekend. I was
yeah,
trying to like, but like, hey, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
yeah,
First and foremost, it's in 4 days.
yeah,
I want to know your thoughts. What are your thoughts leading up to it? Like, it's coming soon for
yeah.
you this time.
It's crazy. Yeah, I feel like it's just a powerful, ever-changing vehicle that gets more intense as the
I
days go.
know.
Yeah, yeah, but it's something really, you know, something that happened
Yeah, I
organically,
was about
and
to
some,
ask you, like, how did this start? Like, you've been doing this, like,
yeah, yeah.
what makes this year different compared to how when it first started?
I feel like what makes it different is just the city has changed. I think that's just like kind of a
Yes.
so like when we started, you know, when I first started the fest, you know, it was 2015. I was really anchoring down in Fountain Square, and that neighborhood was super powerful and super inspiring. The block I lived on Morris was very potent. There was probably about 5 or 6 houses on that street, and all of them were musicians. And rent was super fucking cheap. And you could any given day at like 2 p.m. on a Tuesday, you'd hear a band practice.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like it was like a really like authentic, like culturally rich hub for just musicians and artists. Yeah, so I felt like that was just inspiring. I had really good friends that were doing things, and I felt like everyone kind of, when any project, whether it was like a visual art project and like the galleries or like um, music or throwing shows, everyone kind of just like got together and stopped what they're doing, and they would help that person. They would actualize like what that person was working on. It was a really like beautiful time.
Yeah.
I think
Like,
that like yeah, I think that like coincided with just like the hip hop scene too at the time in 2015 was super potent, and it was really hard for a lot of artists to just find a space and find venues that even like fucked with hip hop. So I think it was just like kind of like a culmination of multiple things. So where I was just like, you know what, like I've been playing in these venues in Fountain Square, and I think it was just like the right time where I'd hit everyone up, and I was like, yo, I'm trying to do like a hip hop festival with like a lot of local cats that are like really amazing, and yeah, let's do it. And so everyone kind
let's do it.
of yeah, yeah.
No, I feel that. I love that you put on for the
Hmm.
city, definitely. And I just feel like, shit, next year, it's gonna be the 10-year anniversary.
I know.
We
Oh
gotta
wow.
go up.
Yeah,
I know I'm already talking
we
about this year, but like we talking about next year already. Anyway, it's gonna be fire. No, it's gonna be crazy. Like anybody who's in here watching, links below. Like, get your tickets if you haven't already got your tickets. What
yeah.
you're doing? Like, there should be no other event or anything that you're going to other than Shree's friend. Like, come on now. I was just talking to Jane the other day,
Yeah.
talking about how you guys marketing is so well done this year. Like y'all have been down all in and out of downtown Fountain Square doing events, marketing to the right people, like and also different audiences. You know, it's a hip hop festival. So obviously it's like we want to market to certain people. But no, y'all are going outside like just drilling that name and everybody like there's no reason why you have not heard about Trees. Like if you're not here this weekend, like I feel bad for you, but I really want to know about this is an annual event, right?
Yeah.
What is it like crafting this event? Like, okay, it's that time of year. We have this one time. How can we make it as big as we can? Like, what are you guys' thoughts? Like, I know you guys are networking and marketing to different
Yeah.
audiences, but like, it's an annual thing. Like, what goes on, not in the meetings, but like, what's like the big goal? Like, hey, we need this. We're trying to create this.
Yeah, I think the main ethos is just to celebrate the sounds of the city, and I think like that's what our main goal is every year is to try to encapsulate and try to, find and book people that are like doing meaningful shit, as well as from here and beyond. We always, historically, we've always tried to have national acts. And I think every year too, we've started earlier. We did have like the NBA All-Star pop-up, so it kind of threw things off a little bit.
I had me a time.
Crazy. Yeah. But yeah, I think that like it takes a lot of work. There's like a lot of million moving parts, and it's impossible to, try to unturn every stone, especially when you're collaborating with over 100 plus people. So like you think about it, like there's a lot of artists. There's like 70 some plus artists, but there's also the designers, folks that are like Knags and B and Francis. Like we have a cool design team. They're amazing. Like Knags is the GOAT. Like this dude like literally designs for probably all your favorite local things from Gang Gang to Nap or Nothing, Hang Time. Like this dude is legendary, and not only that, but he's just like an amazing producer, and we've like toured the country together. But yeah, like there's a lot of moving parts, and I think that
Definitely, dude.
and is like, yo, this is like you're not just you know curating and booking talent and throwing a show. You're working with a lot of people that don't even necessarily do hip hop or make music. You're, people that are owning spaces, people that, can help you close a street, people that can print, people that can, help you with permitting and, folks that can help you with fundraising. So it's just like there's so many people, especially if you want to, like we want to do it bigger and better every year.
Yeah, definitely.
We were going crazy, up until
Oh my God. Like
yeah,
I
uh,
I tell your team and you like I would not want to be like on the panel. Like I don't want to be in charge
yeah,
of like booking all like because
yeah,
oh my God, there's so much talent
yeah,
in Nap.
for sure.
And like, there's only so many slots. Like how do you select which artists are on the roster? Like not to get too deep into it, but it's
Yeah,
just like, hey, we want to hit all type of avenues, you know?
yeah. I feel like it's always just like a hot button issue every year. We always get.
Hey, that means you, if somebody hating, that mean they doing something right. Like
Yeah,
we get hate too, but
we
it's okay.
we've been getting smoked since the second trees. I mean, the first
It's
one, no
okay.
one no one expected anything, but I feel the second one, I feel like that's just always like a hot button. Everyone's just so passionate, and there's
Hmm.
probably, there's probably like a million people that live in Marion County, and probably 5% of them are rappers. So uh, you're not going to get everyone, and our team is small but mighty. Like testament to Jay Brookins, who is like our artist A&R. Like this dude is like always been tuned in, fire producer. Like this dude has been putting on things since even before I was even on the scene, and
Yeah.
he is just so good and passionate, and like everyone loves him, and like he's just really a man of the people. But this year we opened it up to artist submissions for the first time.
Y'all did so good. Like the
So
roster, I love it.
we had a curating committee, we had an artist committee that kind of helped us
Yeah.
time, which is it was really cool to see and really cool to like kind of step back and like kind of see where other people's thoughts were and see where other and like discover new people because yeah we're not gonna be in the trenches every night. We in the trenches, but we not.
Hey. I don't want to hear no type of like hate. Like, don't
Yeah,
even talk to me because
yeah,
it's just like, oh, I'm not on the roster.
yeah,
You can still go to
for
Shreves.
sure.
You can still support. It's a great, like last year, that was honestly my first full Shreves.
Cool.
Bro, it's such a happy day. Like everybody's such in a good mood, you know? Like I don't care if you didn't go, like come come to the festival anyway, you know? It's some good music. It's a good time. You feel me? Y'all are hitting all these type of avenues with music. Oh my God, especially with the marketing. The car wash. Y'all are downtown on the circle. Y'all had the panel. Y'all, oh my God. Like, what is actually, I want to ask you,
Yeah.
what has been your favorite event that you've had to promote
uh,
trees?
I think the Gino was really
It
special this year.
was, it was.
Last shot programs. These are programs that like Ron, Indiana Jones, my dog, like kind of thought up back in like 2017. And these like programs are, like last shot was it started in a liquor store parking lot. And they're like, and then we're like in the arts garden this year, and it was like super beautiful, and it's like grown too, and like the Gino, like we had Andrew Barber from Fake Short Drive, like this dude's like the chief of the Grammys, like found Chance the Rapper and Chief Keef, like Indiana University alum, but like pretty much is like one of the pillars of Chicago hip hop. Was a on the Geno and like Talib Kweli one year too.
Mhm.
But I feel like the Geno is special, and I was like really inspired this year because y'all killed it, and it was just like a really dope, like super good vibe, like and just learning from people. And I think that's like what everyone just wants to learn. I didn't have that when I first started. Like I was like making a whole bunch of mistakes and trying to navigate the crazy labyrinth myself. But I think that like having these kind of platforms and these like workshops, I think is like super sick to see, and like New Jacks like soaking up game. I think it's what it's all about. Yeah.
Definitely. I really want to give y'all flowers because y'all have been doing the damn thing. And honestly, like I'm just so grateful that y'all had us be a part. Like I can't say thank you enough. I don't know how much you like that means a lot to us. And last year when I was at Trees doing interviews, I'm like, okay, next year it's gonna be crazy. Like y'all
Hmm.
had the Geno panel last year, but I'm like,
Hmm.
I want to do that. Like I want to work with them. I want to be close with them. And like it just came together so organically. Like I didn't have to like, hey, can we,
Hmm.
it came together so organically. I love how the Geno panel turned out so much. Like, oh my goodness, last year I had a ball. Like the last race I went to before that was the last year before you took the hiatus. But it's just like just to be a part, like we were in there, but like this year I've gotten to work closely with y'all.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I feel like you guys are like the big dogs. Like y'all are teaching me so much, like behind the scenes, and also like I'm so excited for this weekend.
That's what's up.
Um, are y'all watching? Get y'all tickets down below, link. But last year was y'all first year back,
Hmm.
and I do want to ask, what are your thoughts on last year?
Um, Last year was a big learning curve
Yep.
for us too. Like, I didn't know what a festival really was. Like, and it took me so long. Like when I first started, I had like $100 in my bank account. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know anything, and it took a long time. Best believe, like, a lot of people, like the city, didn't believe in me. Like, a lot of people were just like, what? They didn't understand, and they didn't really, you know they didn't really see the vision. So it took years, to finally get to where we were. And I think like taking that hiatus from COVID and Ron like was a big thing. You know, like 2019 was like the biggest. It was insane. It was
Mm-hmm.
wild. Like we had that partnership with Live Nation. We were doing Live Nation
Like
shows and
Griselda.
yeah, yeah, we had Griselda. You know,
Oh my God. If you know, you know. But
yeah, we're doing Playboy Cardi shows. Like it was crazy. And we were even talking about doing trees in different cities. Like we were literally like I was like on the dock like uh,
hmm
2020. We were talking about going,
let's go.
doing it in like
Uh,
but yeah, that really took the wind out of the sails. And I feel like to answer your question, like coming back, it was like we're like, oh shit, let's go. It's about to be a layup, in 23. Like, but there was still like some learning to do, and there was still stuff like trying to get our rhythm, like getting our shots back up in the gym.
hmm
Like anything, it doesn't happen overnight, and you can't be sure as hell that everything is going to go the right way. I think that's what the beauty of it is to like just not give up and learn and just get up. It was a success last year. It was amazing, and I think that it was. I knew that it was a success when we opened the doors up.
Yeah.
You know, just us being there and like doing it because it was really hard for me. My partner passed away, and like the pandemic and stuff, and like Jay and I really had to like dig deep to even think about doing it again because it was really rough for us. Like it was almost kind of like some PTSD. Like,
hmm
but I feel like it was just like Ron kind of telling us, like, "Come on, bro, let's get it, let's do
Let's go. Yeah.
it."
The fact that y'all came back and it was so beautiful last year. I feel like that experience, like you did something, like it hit deep for a lot of people, especially me, because the fact that I've been traveling and I get to tell people, like, my city is doing something cool as fuck. Like,
Yeah,
hey, we have a hip hop festival. Like, the fact that I can say that and go out of town and tell people, I can even meet artists on Instagram, like, hey, yeah, we got this. Like, I got an opportunity to host an event in Atlanta. I was like, nope, I'm about to be at Street. But, like, it's a thing, bro.
yeah,
And you created that. Like, I want you to be so proud of it and just be like, we got something. Like you're building something for our hometown. It's not, I can count on like one hand how many people are like for real doing it for the city, trying to build up our city as an entertainment hub. I feel like Fountain Square is gonna be as big as like LA, like Melrose, like the art district in Miami, like in Atlanta, like in Chicago. Like we can, you know what? We can do it. It's power in numbers, but like we doing the damn thing, and you're a part of it, friend. So I just
yeah,
want to give you your flowers. I'm so excited for the headliners. Like when I saw the oh my god, when I saw the flyer at work and I said like my coworkers thought something was wrong because I had my phone. I'm like, oh, like how did y'all even pick these headliners? Because yes, I'm about to be like, yep, in my white
yeah.
tee.
Them franchise boys. That's damn near Jane. Like Jane, them franchise boys is
I love you,
here.
Jane, if you're watching this.
Jane Son Kim. But I think that, and Ron always put this like, and I think that even years ago when we were like, yo, what is the future of trees? Like, where do we want to go, or what is like the kind of like the mantra of our identity? And I think it's just like cradle to the grave. I think that's what we always try to strive for, like show love to the ancestors and the people that kind of paved the way while also embracing and trying to, show love and open doors for the new jacks, which I think is like super important. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, I feel like Naptown loves legacy, and them franchise boys is like so iconic, and obviously fucking Currency, like Grabbing Currency was just so fire. Like, yeah,
Oh my
like,
God, I cannot wait.
yeah. So like, just like a mixtape legend. Like, I mean, his catalog is insane, and I don't think it's been like a long time too since. I think the last time he was here was I think it was a Smokers Club tour with like Denzel Curry, and this was like years ago, bro. Like,
Mm.
so yeah, man. Like we're excited, and like Mother Nature's fire too.
Yes.
Like Chicago is just like so fire. Like they have like so many amazing artists, and like this Closed Sessions label is like really dope, and they're kind of like a real big staple in the Chicago's hip hop scene. And yeah, that's what it's all about, man. Just like trying to get different styles and stuff, or like it doesn't kind of make sense going together, but then it does.
Mm.
I think that's the genre where it's just like all over the place right now, and it's just like so powerful. Yeah,
There's so many artists on the roster, and I don't want you to be biased, but I do want to ask your opinion.
yeah,
Are there any artists you're excited to see? Some new people, some
yeah,
people you've been feeling this year, like shout them out. But if you want to be like
yeah,
everybody, that's cool.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Man, excited to check out ESP and Nia. Um, it's so fire. Like, man, I'm trying to think. Like, there's so many
So
artists, man.
many.
I know.
I didn't
I
know put you on the spot, friend.
did.
I
You
know,
really?
I know.
I'm really looking forward to RBM Rello. Like, I've been
Yeah, I'll tell y'all who I'm excited to see.
OTGCs. Yeah, I'm really
Yes.
like,
Y'all got an out of town artist, Los
yeah,
Komet. He's from
yeah,
Texas. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm excited to see Keezy.
yeah, Keith.
I'm excited to see who else. Obviously, 421 and
Yeah,
Corey.
yeah.
I'm excited to I'm excited to see Fox. I'm excited to see. Oh my God, the last shot artist that y'all got. I want to see
Fire.
both of them. So
Jinx,
yeah,
fire.
definitely D and Jinx. Yeah, let's
Yeah,
go. So
like shout
yeah,
out. Yeah, it's I love that program just because it's just like, people are like getting a vulnerable position, like putting their stuff out online. I think no matter what capacity you're at, like it's just vulnerable putting your music out.
yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're SZA or it doesn't matter what level you're at. I feel like it's still vulnerable.
I want
Um,
to get into because I feel like somebody asked, "Is Oreo
oh,
performing?"
that's my boy John. He be
A lot of people watching this later. I just obviously you see Oreo Jones. I'm first of all, do y'all realize I'm interviewing the Oreo Jones? But anyways, I kind of want to get into a little bit just who you are. Like, I feel like you're just a community mogul at this point. Like, you be putting on for so many people, dude. And I think you already answered this question earlier, but like, I just want to get into like, what was the scene like when you first started versus how it is now? And what do you feel like was like a high point in your career?
Oh, I think that like yeah, it was harder. It was way harder when I was trying when I was just like cutting my teeth and trying to navigate here in the city. I feel like it was like real way more cutthroat as far as like it was every person for themselves. Also, I feel like people should know that like a lot of people weren't even fucking with me as far as like when I tried to, I was like, man, I want to play a show. I want to play a show. Like, put me on. I didn't say put me on, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, I really want to be more active. And it was tough. And there wasn't near as many venues, or there wasn't really any spaces for rap. So that was really tough. And I think that's like kind of what stemmed from now, where it's just like we're trying to, you know, try to make a place and make space and try to show the city that like there's something so important. But yeah, I feel like it was like more difficult. But now I feel like it's just like kind of the best time. Everyone's always like trying to like have this like toxic infatuation with like the past and like the good
Yeah.
old days. I feel like it's important to embrace the now, and that's the only way that this city will prosper. I feel like if people just like keep looking forward and learning, and yeah,
Hey y'all, like I love being nostalgic.
yeah,
I'm going to admit, but like at the Gino Penny, you talked about how like you like in New York
mm,
and like performing in
yeah,
like different cities. Like we love Nap. So
yeah,
what was it like bringing Nap to like different cities, like traveling as an artist? Like, hey, yeah, this is
yeah,
where I'm from, so we do. I feel
yeah,
like
yeah.
you're creating that. Like I get to travel and be like, yeah, this is what we do, and like you have a big hand in that, friend.
Yeah, I feel like I've been doing it for a minute too, and that was like the next step where it was just like, yo, I felt like I was killing it here, and then I was like, yo, I need to go out in the country. I need to travel. I need to tour. And then I linked with an artist who kind of showed me the ropes, and then I would book tours myself, and
Hmm.
East Coast tours and Midwest. Like I'd start slow and going around the country, and then I linked with this dude Andy D, who like put us in the route, and we were doing like a circuit in like South and like Florida and doing down South, and then we like Ghost Gun Summer, this group I was in, like really started to make waves down South, and we are like playing Panama City and like going just like the armpit of Florida, but like we were like going crazy. um, but and then there's times where where it's just like, yo, I feel washed as fuck. Like, what am I doing? Like my
Yeah.
my rap career, and like what am I doing? And then like COVID hit, and the Blessed Project, I think, like just kind of like breathed new life into me, where I like actually fell in love with like even just listening to music again. And then we like got picked up by a bigger indie label, and then um, went on tour with this group Dead, and like we're playing the Bowie Ballroom in Manhattan, like sold out 2 nights back to back, and like it was just like a feeling I couldn't even explain to you. It's just crazy where you're playing in front of people that have no idea who you are, and like yeah, it's
It's
just
intimidating. It's different, like being home and like, hey, this is me.
at the crib it's different, what I'm
Yeah. It's like, hey, it's me. I'm from down the
saying?
street. Fuck with me.
Yeah, I think that's just like a testament to our community, where it's just like folks see you every day, and you're going to the same coffee shops as them.
Yeah.
You're pumping your gas at the same gas station. You're eating at the same places. So it's like everyone kind of sees you as just a human, a normal
They can
person.
relate.
Yeah, yeah.
Tour is intimidating.
Obviously, that there's beauty in that, but I also think there's just like this thing where it kind of like takes the veil off, where people don't see you as like an artist or
Yeah.
someone that's just like really creating impactful stuff that could be anywhere in the world and people would love it. But yeah, so it's just like kind of this like weird dichotomy, I feel like
No
here.
matter what live show I'm at, I get this like feeling of gratitude. Like
Yeah,
y'all could be anywhere else, but
yeah,
y'all we are here tonight and we're just
yeah.
enjoying, like music just brings people together so much.
I'm
But
laughing at these.
stop. You see him like stop.
I'm laughing at these. My boy, the Beast God forgot. He's a wrestler.
Okay.
Before.
Shout
We
out, shout out.
got Milktooth and Beholder in the building right now. Yeah.
I got a few more questions for you, friend, and I'll get you out of here, okay?
Let's go.
We're finally getting a solo record.
Yeah, let's go.
Oreo, friend. Like, is this a return? Like, what can we
Yeah, yeah.
expect? Like, what can we expect?
I'm excited. Yeah, nephew's coming September 20th. Yeah, this is a record I've been working on for a couple of years. I feel like after that Blessed project is when
Are there any nerves? Are you like,
yeah, I'm kind of nervous, but like I feel like it's kind of refreshing because this is like the first solo record I put out since like 2016, which is fucking crazy to think about. But yeah, I was in Los Angeles working on this record. This crazy one of my good friends, Ben Lumsdane, who did like Wishy record and Duran Jones solo record. Like this dude does like crazy shit. It started we were just sending stuff back and forth to each other. I'd like wrote like 50 songs in like
Yeah.
weeks, like crazy, just like ideas where I'm just like on my station with like drum machine and like keys and stuff. And yeah, I was just like sending these like voice notes back and forth. And
Why is now the perfect time to drop?
that's a good question. I feel like I don't know if it's not really calculated. I feel like it's just like this organic kind of um, feeling I get.
Feel
And
it. It's time.
like, yo, right now it just felt like I felt inspired to, write a record and just kind of keep on keeping on. And it's like a really special record to me too, because it's like about my family and like love and like the pursuit of happiness. So I feel like it's just like something that I've been like wanting to get out, and it's like a tribute to my
Yeah.
uncle.
I was about to ask, like, what topics can we expect on the
Yeah,
record?
I feel like that a lot of it's just like about my family and um, important people, special
Live.
people in my life. Yeah, when I went out to LA and was working on this record for a few weeks, like my uncle passed away, and that was like really hard. And I had a couple family members in the last couple of years that were really important to me and special to me that are no longer here. So I think it's just like kind of something where I'm just like, yo, I want to make something that's just like really um, impactful and like beautiful. A lot of my, inspiration too sometimes is just like inspired by like sadness or just like kind of like lethargy,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Trying to trying to figure out, how to be an artist and create in like a better state of mind. And I think that's like something that I was really excited about. And like everything's all live instruments, like drums, bass, guitar.
Ooh.
Yeah. So like everything's like played live. And it's definitely an evolution of my sound and kind of just like pushing myself as an artist. And it's just like a blessing to keep on creating and making a living off of being myself.
Yeah, and
And I
we
think that
here for you, friend. Like, we can't wait to hear it. We've been waiting so long. This is the perfect time. I know it wasn't planned, and you were like, "Hey, I just want to talk my shit. I got something to
yeah,
say."
my
I
shit,
love it though.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
fire.
it's cool, man. I feel like it's important to just share. It's like anyone that's creating or doing anything, it's not linear. Like I think the beauty and tragedy of it all is that no one has the right
We don't
answers.
know what the
Yeah,
fuck we're doing, y'all.
yeah, yeah,
I'm just
yeah, yeah. But I mean, like if it makes you
make it look
happy
cool
and it's
though.
yeah, if it makes you happy and you know what I mean, like that's all that matters, you
The
know.
biggest thing is like you share your story and people get to relate.
Yeah.
Whether they're not, it's like not the exact situation, but like, hey, I feel you. Like, I've experienced loss, I've experienced X, Y, and Z. So you getting to share it with people, and then after so long time, like, I feel like it would speak volumes because I know a lot of people look up to you. I look up to you, friend.
Oh,
So this project, I'm very excited for it, and I can't wait to hear it.
thank you.
Is there anything you want to tell the world before we hop off
Oh
here?
man, I feel like just keep going, man. Like no matter what you're doing, like if you're like creating anything, I know sometimes it just gets so fucking crazy out here, and there's just like a lot of noise and a lot of ups and downs. And I think like Treese is a celebration and a testament, and just like what I've been doing, it's just a testament of just like, you know, just do what feels right and do what you love, like, and don't do it for anyone else but yourself. Someone had this like really dope quote where it's just like, if you feel stuck and you don't know what your purpose is, or you're like really trying to accomplish a goal but you can't make it shake, like just serve. And I think that was like really dope, where it's just like sometimes as an artist, like it feels like I'm beating my head against the wall. And I think like Trees was like kind of like a good outlet to just like kind of take a beat and like take a breath and just like, look at how amazing where your home is and where your city is, and just like kind of help
Yeah.
that community. Because there's a lot of cities in this country that don't have what we have.
Yeah,
People is just, you know what I'm saying? Wow.
it's fun, friend. I'm gonna see you at Trees this weekend. I
What
can't wait. Any of y'all that are on here, get y'all tickets now if you haven't already.
Yeah,
Dope ass shit going on
yeah,
at Trees, 12
yeah,
to 12.
yeah.
Let's go. Like, we want to have fun with y'all. It's a great day. Everybody's so happy and just, like, Trees is a good time. You're going to hear some
Oh,
good music. It's going to be a good time.
yeah.
So, there you go. I need y'all to get y'all tickets. Y'all,
Yeah, get them.
I've been so honored. I've been trying to, like, hold my smile. This has been, this has been Oreo Jones.
Yeah,
That is
thank you so much.
interview the Oreo Jones.
For real.
No, but I'm glad to say that I've gotten to work with you. I have a friend in you. You got a friend in me,
Yeah.
of course. And
Oh,
music dropping soon. Like, let's
yeah,
go, friend. Like, let's do it. Let's do
yeah,
it.
let's
Let's
go.
do it. We got it now, right now.
Yes.
Anybody on this live that has come in here late, like, I'm about to post this live as soon as we get off in its full entirety so you can watch the full interview. But yeah, if y'all haven't already, get y'all tickets for Shrees, please. Links below, or you can go to Shrees Fest on Instagram. I hate that y'all other page got. I don't even talk about it. But yeah, go to Shrees Fest and you can get your tickets. You can follow TopView Zero as always. I'm putting on some dope ass arts that y'all need to know about every week. And then, like I said, this has been Oreo Jones. Thank you so much for sitting down with us and talking with us. I appreciate you so much. I'm so grateful.
Yeah, thank you, Erica. Appreciate
I'll
you.
see y'all next week, and I'll definitely see
Yeah,
y'all this weekend.
yeah,
Bye,
let's
guys.
peace.
Let's go.